Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon, so of course I'm going to be talking about something that's somehow related to Disney. Of course, I guess more specifically, this is going to be a video focusing on one of their theme parks, and more specifically their merchandising that's going to be appearing at the theme parks in relations of the LGBT community. So they definitely have something going on for this sometime soon. I guess as soon as possible anyway. Because you can say that this is a way to pretty much expand on their, I guess, ways to so people can come in on their, theme parks and whatnot. Yeah, there can be this new Rainbow Pride merchandising arriving at Disneyland resorts. So, if anything, this was, of course, a clear attempt to celebrate the gay days at Disneyland resorts, of course. There could be some new additions, obviously, some options join up with the area that's already a celebration, of course. There's going to be plenty of collections and whatnot, plenty of items with the new merchandising, of course. It will be available at the World of Disney in downtown Disney World, and definitely in some places, of course, and whatnot. That's going to be definitely a thing. So this, of course, is going to be a lot of items that will be appearing here, which does actually make sense considering the fact that they've been doing this for more than 2 decades already. It's kind of a thing, I guess you can say, which started in the 1990s, and they're basically continuing from there on. So yeah, roughly about 30 years ish. So there's no need to stop this, of course. It's a way to make money, and it has brought a lot of money in to their lineup of stuff, of course. They already have like a bunch of merchandising for the Princess stuff. And yes, of course, they have the new addition. They have one addition of the Star Wars theme park that they have in one of the some of the theme parks anyway. And also, of course, they are still going to make more Star Wars films sometime in the future. So this, of course, is definitely a good way to make a lot of money. So I can't, complain about this because it's definitely something they're gonna have. They're gonna definitely have cups, of course, as well. These photos have been already displayed on all the internet and whatnot. I mean, of course, they're gonna have to make money somehow. At the end of the day, like I always said before, folks, this is a form of business. So obviously, they have to find ways to keep their business going. I mean, yes, I do realize not everybody will be able to afford it because Disneyland will be pretty expensive, of course. Just going there, getting the tickets, sort of expensive. And yes, of course, there's the whole idea that not everyone lives near on these places. So there's gonna be a lot of people who have to come from faraway places, get a hotel and whatnot, and that's hopefully nearby. Having a trip to Disneyland is sort of expensive when you think about it, but you have to get your clothes ready and whatnot. Then get a hotel room. Hopefully they have some rooms, of course. So it's gonna be pretty expensive. You want a decent hotel, and then of course, not counting the fact they have to, stop occasionally to get some food, use the bathroom, so whatever. Yes, doing this kind of thing would be pretty expensive on its own. And yes, I understand that when it comes to this kind of stuff, not everybody's gonna be able to afford it, but there's plenty of people that are. They have to keep their business going somehow. So yeah, this is a thing that they're gonna do. Is a new addition that they want to do because they've been doing this kind of a thing for quite some time anyway. When you think about it, so they have no reason to stop like at all. It does it pretty well. It does make money for them. And at the end of the day, that's what they want. That's fine. I'm all for it. And it shows that they're pretty open minded about how people will live, of course. And they don't want to do anything stupid like discriminate against some people or whatever, some groups, of course. So this is definitely a good way to expand on what they were doing, of course, which they've been doing for quite a while. Good for them, I guess you can say, because it's something they must do, of course. Yeah, and of course, anybody of any ages can come along, of course. Even if somebody's straight, that's fine too. Just support. And one of the misconceptions is that a lot of people seem to believe if you support the LGBT community, you suddenly spontaneously turn gay, which is idiotic because that doesn't make any sense really when you think about it. But you can be straight and still support this kind of a thing. You know that kind of support does exist, but yeah, some people don't seem to realize that it's not an infection. It's not like some magical thing. It's not magic. It's not a spell or whatever. Being gay is not a spell. It's just how some people are born. That's it. But yeah, anyway, this is definitely a good way to bring more attention to a certain subject matter because there are people out there who do want to be expected. And Disneyland is supposed to be one of the happiest places on earth. And this is definitely a good way to do it. But yeah, I hope they do continue this tradition, which I am pretty sure they will, because it's bringing them a lot of business anyway. There's more ways than one to have a family, you know. It's definitely a good thing to do. And I do think that this is definitely some sort of way to be accepted because, like I said, this is supposed to be the happiest place on earth. They just want to have fun. People, at the end of the day, people just want to have fun, folks. Regardless of your age, regardless of where you came from, regardless of your sexual orientation, gender identity, or whatever, at the end of the day, people just want to have fun. Get away from the stress, especially in recent years. Okay, maybe I should say the better way to say that is in recent months, I guess you can say, because look at the whole pandemic and whatnot. You know, a lot of people have died already, and people continue to die, and people continue to get sick. I mean, yes, people has gone better, of course. There's some people out there that have gone better, but this is definitely a good way to just to release stress, of course. There's a lot of people out there that's already experiencing family drama or bad relationship with somebody. There's plenty of people getting divorces, so going to a place that will make you smile is definitely a good thing. So this of course is a good way to have some, some fun. Just, some flat out fun, of course. This extends to clothing as well, folks. So it actually look pretty comfy. So if you want to get that, go ahead. By the way, folks, I'm not by no means being sponsored by Disney in any kind of shape or form. Even though, despite the fact I'm keep making videos defending them and whatnot, I'm reviewing their films or shows or whatever. But just so you know, I'm not being I'm not being sponsored. I'm not being paid to do this. I'm not being paid to say any of this. I'm doing this all on my own free will. Just so you know. Even though I could have been paid for this, but no, it's fine. But that's the thing, folks. I want to do this because I want to do it, not because not feel like I feel obligated to do it, or I'm being told to do it. No, I'm just trying to make this as genuine as possible, obviously. So yeah, I just want to broadcast some news. I've always been doing some news related stuff anyway. I mean, a lot of it has been Disney related, sure, but still, the clothing does look rather nice, of course. But it does show some progression in society that people can be accepted for who they are, not be judged and whatnot. You know, if you're gonna be judging of anybody, it should be what they did, not how they lived like this. No, come on. But anyway, yeah, it does seem like a good way for families to get together, of course, and just like I said, just trying to relax and just trying to make sure that they kind of go through the day. Obviously, this is definitely something that you can actually go to. Of course, it's definitely a good thing that corporate companies doing this kind of thing. I know in a lot of recent years, a corporate company has been viewed. Just any corporate company, any CEO of any company has been viewed as the bad guy, which of course is really dumb because I do believe that everyone has the right, including CEOs and whatnot, do have the right to make as much money as the really poor person. If the poor person wants to make money, that's fine. If the middle class individual wants to make a lot of money, that's fine. If the rich and the wealthy wants to make a lot of money as well, fine, go ahead. I believe in a capitalist system where everyone makes money. It's not exclusive just to poor folks. I know I do see that a lot of people complaining about, especially poor people, complain about them rich folk having too much money. And not once I've ever heard that, oh, a rich person's complained, oh, I have too much money. Oh, a wealthy person. Oh, they never said such a thing. Right? Poor people have to complain about for someone else to get more money than them? If you want more money, fine. Get more money. I mean, of course, that's easier said than done, obviously. So some people may not have the finances to get a better job, so they're stuck in a really bad 9 to 5 job, of course, which is understandable, and it's actually pretty relatable. There's a lot of people that have jobs they don't want. They want to leave it, but can't right away because, I mean, yes, of course, even if the better paying job, just because the job itself is paying rather well, doesn't necessarily mean it's a job you want. That's the thing. It's not always just about money. It's also about your own self happiness as well, of course. That's, of course, obviously quite understandable. But still, folks, I do think that this is a good way for the company of Disney is, making a good way to make money because, yeah, they're trying to cash in, sure, but that in itself isn't inherently bad. It shows that people has gone a long way. In the past 20 years, 30 years, 40, 50 years, things have changed. Okay, maybe not always for the better, unfortunately, but change is change, of course. And yeah, it's just how things are, I guess you can say. In other words, it's how things are. But progress is progress in one way or another. Interracial relationships, interracial dating, interracial marriages was viewed as a bad thing not even 30 years ago. So, yeah, it may not be the hot topic as it was, from way long ago, but it's still a hot button to some extent, even in today's, you know, society. I mean, thankfully, Trump finally left, the White House. Thankfully, I know he was causing lots of racial tension, of course, when he was doing his presidency. Oh boy, here comes a bunch of dislikes on this video just because I said that. Oh boy. But anyway, I was saying with this video, folks, it's great that Disney's doing this. I do view this as a positive thing, of course, and I do hope they will continue to make all kinds of different items in which they can actually buy from, of course, the store and whatnot. Be plenty of merchandising, lots of merch going on here in theme park, but it does seem like the vast majority seems to be clothing, which does make sense in retrospect because what do a lot of people like to wear? Clothing. So it seems rather obvious that they would do this kind of thing because it's a good idea. Yeah, trying to make some cash in through clothing, that's fine. A lot of people do it, a lot of companies do it. A lot of movie stars do the same thing. A lot of, singers, rap artists, musicians, you name it. A lot of people do that anyway. So, yeah, it's no different that, some celebrities do this kind of a thing anyway. Try to make some money through a clothing line, a shoe line, dresses or something, whatever. A lot of celebrities do that anyway. Or even through perfume, of course, as well, obviously. But, so, having so many different type of clothing, LGBT themes, of course, at the theme park does make sense. Because a lot of other people do that anyway. And it's a good way to make some profit because a lot of people do like to wear clothes, and a lot of people like to go to Disneyland anyway. So why not go for it, I guess. So yeah, this is something I want to do real quick because it's not really quick because it's about 60 minutes in length ish. But yeah, it's nearly 17 minutes in length, folks. So I guess I'll just do this. But yeah, it's just something I want to make for my channel, and it gives me something as an excuse to talk about Disney related, I guess. Because why not? I've been doing a lot of Disney related stuff as it is. But yeah, it's just something I want to do cover for a little bit because in a more positive light when it comes to the LGBT community. I know I made a lot of videos defending the community and Disneyland at the same time, so I don't want to make this too negative really, like at all. So it's just something I want to do for real quick. Again, I realized it's not exactly quick because it's nearly 20 minutes, but still. But yeah, it's just something I want to do. A good chunk. It looks like from what they were trying to do, a good chunk of it is clothing, of course, which is fine. And there were varying prices. Some of them nearly $30, a little bit over. And yeah, the prices would vary, but a good chunk of the clothing, from what I realized, maybe 20 some dollars or nearly $40 or somewhere between those prices. So yeah, if you really want to buy something from there, you definitely have to have the pockets for this kind of a thing. Oh boy. But yeah, I just thought bring this up for a minute, folks, because why not? It gives me something to do to talk about this kind of a thing. So there's that, obviously. And of course, thank for anybody for actually tuning in when it comes to this kind of a thing. So much appreciated anyone who actually watches these videos. But anyway, of course, as usual, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah. Later. Yes, sirree.